Hey guys, this is a poem about Faith is a Fine Invention by Emily Dickinson. Emily Dickinson is an American poet who spent most of her life to herself. Even though she lived with her parents, Dickinson wrote poems for them to express her views and her expressions. This poem is one of the few ones that she did. The poem goes, "When gentlemen can see, but microscopes can see, in an emergency." This poem is a religious one where Dickinson is talking about faith and God. She is stating that faith is a blessing from God which all men and women would see, where there is a trouble and difficult times in their life. There are a large amount of ways, occasions which would show people how faith lives in our hearts and how we have faith during those difficult times. Like said in our book, in her poems about religion, she expressed pity and hostility, and she was fully capable of moving within the same poem from religious. Science. From the title, the poet used science and religion to express her thoughts in the poem. In this poem, Dickinson used science as a tool to understand religion and its element on how we use it. Faith, which she called a fine invention, she used the scientific terms to show how religious trumps science. The context of the poem is that the poet Dickinson wrote 4 lines of faith and religion. In these 4 lines, she is trying to express that in the hard times, there is faith that lives in our hearts, but it is observed only when there are difficult times in our lives. She is trying to explain that science cannot explain what human souls feel. The term microscope is a touch of science in her poem, where she used it as a tool to see and realize that faith is all around us. Dickinson tried to combine the elements of science and religion by calling faith is a fine invention. Rhyme, scheme, and structure. The poem is short, but there is still a rhyming scheme within the lines. There are some words starting with uppercasing because she wants us to focus on those words more. For example, faith and gentleman. This technique helps the readers have more attention and understanding to the tonality of the poem. Dickinson has used this technique in almost all of her poems. Theme. The theme in this poem is religion and positivity. Dickinson wanted us to tell that in difficult times, faith keeps us going. The meaning of this poem is that faith is a blessing of God, which keeps us going through the difficult times. And then these are some of my sources. I used the book and then a website on the internet. I really hope you guys enjoyed my view on this poem about Faith is a Fine Invention by Emily Dickinson. Thanks.